Good morning and welcome to another Summit Seeker adventure. This one taking us back to the Grand Canyon with my good buddy Johnnie Amorosano. Last winter when we discussed where we wanted to go, I'd mentioned I'd never been to the Grand Canyon, to the Little Colorado River in the Grand Canyon. And he's like, let me think about it. I got an idea. So he got back to me and said, I've got a route that's going to be 9 nights, 10 days that will incorporate a couple floats in our pack rafts across the Colorado River. And we'll get to the north side and do some off-trail hiking up and down some canyons. Sounded good to me. So the first night was a long day, frankly. I had to pick him up, make it to the Grand Canyon, and then we started about 5 o'clock that night and got about 2.5 miles down trail. The wind was howling that night. The rock underneath us was shaking. The wind was so strong. And then the next day we made our way down to Tanner Beach, worked down towards Cardenas Beach where we staged up our first float to get to the other side of the Colorado River. Pulled out at the Unkar Delta, worked our way up the Unkar Creek to Juno Saddle. We knew that Juno was going to be tough. Getting up it was quite the obstacle course, but getting down it was extremely steep. And then you throw the fact that the wind was gusting 70 miles per hour that day. It was a challenging day, but a very rewarding day. And then we made our way down the Lava Creek, and over the next several days, we went in and out of all these canyons, Kwagunt Canyon, 60 Mile Canyon, Awatubi, Malgosa, Kwagunt, all the way to the Nankoweap granaries. That section of the trail was otherworldly. In and out of all those canyons, it was like being on another planet. Very cool terrain, very difficult though. It was both going up and down these saddles and in and out of these canyons was like an obstacle course. And there were many times where we'd be side hilling it, and you'll hear me refer to kicking into mountain goat mode, because you're in precarious positions making your way over and around an obstacle. Quite challenging, very tiring, very draining mentally and physically. But once we got to the granaries, we met some river rafters, and they invited us over for fish tacos for dinner that night, and then some cowboy poetry. Our hosts were awesome. They were just really nice people, very friendly, and it was a highlight of the trip. We kind of needed a little break at that time. Because the getting up and over all these saddles was slow going, we were a little behind schedule, and Johnnie was starting to worry about missing his daughter's dance recital. And after having dinner with the Rafters that next day, we thought we'd be able to make up some mileage with a couple long floats on the Colorado. And sadly, it was another very windy day, rainy. The first attempt to float, we got in our pack rafts, and I was paddling hard for 15-20 minutes. I was in an eddy and I just couldn't get out, and Johnnie was struggling. He looked at me, he says, dude, let's get out. And so as soon as we stopped paddling, the eddy pretty much pulled us all the way back to where we started. And I was going to say the trail, but there was no trail, but the hiking along there was very slow, and Johnnie had a little bit of a meltdown. He is a very passionate guy who loves his family dearly, and the thought of missing his daughter's dance recital really got to him. But somehow we managed to move forward, and the next day we had a really nice float that took us to the Little Colorado River, where the water was that baby blue that you might have seen in some pictures. As you look at it, you think the white sandy beaches are just that, sandy beaches. And when I pulled off to get on there, it was quicksand. I quickly sunk into my hip. I had a hard time extracting my body out of it, getting back into my pack raft, but I did, and finally we made it to the other side where we were able to get on the Beemer trail and really crank out the mileage. that was a long day. That last night was a long day. We wanted to get up above Tanner to some point that would allow us to get out the next day by noon, and that's exactly what we did. And it really was a phenomenal trip. It was hard. The Grand Canyon beat us up, but in hindsight, looking back on it, what an adventure. I hope you enjoy the video. John and I and Greg are gearing up. In 1 week, we're heading back to the Sierras to do I think an 8-day trip into the Kings Canyon area of the Sierra. So be on the lookout for that video in the future months. So here we are at Lipan Point, getting things organized. And this is where my car will stay for the next 10 days. Oh, the Colorado River is green. That is going to be so nice to be down there. Here we are at the Tanner Trailhead. Very happy to see no snow, no ice, meaning no crampons or micro spikes. And down we shall go.
I'm gonna say something right now. This is the first hike of the season. It's been 5.5 months since we did our Secchi Traverse, and I haven't seen trail or held my backpack since 5.5 months. This is the start of a great season. We're starting it off in the Grand Canyon like we always do, and epic trip. Here we go.
We're both very pleased in that we've got 9 days of food on us, 9.5 days of food, and they're weighing in at 40 pounds, feeling pretty comfortable.
Both packs right at 40 pounds.
Yeah. I
With
think
pack raft and oars and everything.
Good job, buddy.
Yep.
Let's hit some trail and find some camp.
Let's do some trail. Here we go.
Yep, we're still descending, but the wind has died down. The walls are still a beautiful red, and now the sky is turning pink. It's just a lovely night out. So here we are in our tents on this saddle, and the wind is just howling up the canyon and kind of rolling over the top like a wave. And so we get it kind of on the front side, and then as the wave curls over, we get it on the back side, and the wind is just howling, and the tent's nailing us in the side of the head. And we're just hoping that all of a sudden it'll stop, but man, is it intense. Good morning. Man, last night was a tough night. The wind just howled. When it was coming up from the valley floor, it just shook the rock underneath us, man. It was a really bizarre sensation. And then sometime in the middle of the night, it shifted, and it, I think, was coming down from the top of the canyon, and just, man, the tent was just flapping and bending and bowing, and it was tough to sleep. I made a strategic mistake and didn't put out any guidelines. However, I did use the little Velcro ties to attach the fly to the tent poles. So that did a pretty damn good job. So this was our camp last night. Got here a little late, but we found a nice little point. As I've been saying, it was windy as can be last night, but this is what we wake up to this morning. This is why we like being on a point. Look at that view. So yesterday when we got here, we came down that chute right there and we made our way across. To give you a good example of just how steep that is. My knees are a little sore this morning. As you look across the way, it is socked in up at the rim. Let's hope it stays up there and doesn't hit us down here. It's a little chilly this morning, but once we get moving, it should be warming up. Gonna be a good day. There's the Colorado River down there. Looks to be green water. Wow. Just a little steep through here. Kind of slow going. Take it easy on the knees. So this is what we've been coming down. Just to the right of that little knob right there is what we came down, and just a knee breaker, man. That's what I call this. But what a beautiful little canyon back here. So not only was that steep coming down and hard on the knees, but man, you really got to focus on each step, and it's kind of mentally draining to you. In fact, there was a post on Facebook recently where a guy fell up there, tore up his leg really bad, and they had to helicopter him out. We think it was this section. So it's kind of serious. You got to pay attention. But I think the rest of the descent to the river should be just a nice gradual descent and enjoyable. It looks like we have some views of the river and sunny, and it's been a beautiful day, beautiful morning so far. See you down the trail.
It's kind of hot.
Wow. Tell me that's not spectacular.
That is beautiful. Man. Look at all that red. And the river, it's green, it's not muddy.
Man. So we thought we'd take a shortcut. We started meandering down this wash, and it's been going pretty good. But what I'm worried about is possibly getting cliffed out and having to backtrack. But you can see how close we are to the river. That's where we're going. This is fun though. We like this kind of stuff. The unknown. exploring. So we finally made it down to Tanner Beach. Been soaking our feet in the river for a little bit. I think you can see Johnnie down there cleaning up. We're gonna have lunch right by that tree. And here are the Tanner Rapids. Just so you can get a flavor of what we've been dealing with, as we make our way from Tanner to Cardenas. The wind is just howling in our face, pushing you around. We're fighting it every step of the way. It's just brutal. This wind just keeps harassing us. It's gotten stronger. We've got to stop it a couple times. It's pushing us all over the place. So we are out for an early morning walk to scout out the river, in particular where we're going to take out. So we're going to head up that wash right there. That's Unkar. So we want to make sure we got a place to pull out. Pretty cool campsite. I bet they got a pretty nice view. Oh. We are not going to ride those rapids there, but I think that's the Unkar Delta right there, or rapids. In fact, all of this below me is part of that rapids. And we'll be floating around there, and then we head up this today. So here we are at Cardenas Beach, getting ready to jump in and do our float. We're airing up our Supai Adventures Mac Cat pack rafts. We got some new gear this time. A new pump, flex tail pump. Should have this pumped in about 4 minutes. And then we both bought the new paddles. What do you think of those paddles, John?
I think they're going to give us a lot more maneuverability.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's just turned out to be a beautiful morning. It was supposed to be really windy today. We think it hit yesterday because it was horrible yesterday. But that is the direction we are about to go float. Hey, buddy. It's like bathwater, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Freaking all of 33 degrees.
Icy cold, but here's a water level view. And that is where we are going. Woo! Yeah, baby!
Moving.
Give you a little clip on how fast we're moving on here.
We are moving right now.
You! Johnnie is moving. So here we are at the mouth of the Unkar Delta, looking and hoping that we see some water, because we really don't want to carry water all the way up this. But we're heading back up into there. So we got to the Unkar Delta. We did not find water in it. So we had to make a decision to carry up water just for safety, to make sure that we get up there, if there's no water, that we have some. So it was a very prudent decision, not one that we are all excited about, because that's another 6 to 8 pounds that we got to carry. But here we are, trying to enjoy some shade, filtering some water, listening to the rapids, eating some lunch, trying to get motivated for the next stretch. It's a beautiful wall though, huh? And what I've always kind of been a little fearful of about the north side is, doesn't look like a whole lot of shade over there. It looks pretty warm. Just look at up there. There's not a whole lot of trees until you get way up high, but where we're going to be, the band we're at, a lot of shrubs. So let's hope the clouds keep rolling in. Wow, this is really cool. Look at all the structures out here. A village of tribesmen up here. That way. Just thought I'd give you a little flavor for what walking up a dry creek bed feels like. Very rocky. We're kind of pretty excited about entering this canyon here, because it brings us out of the sun, and we'll see how bad the wind is, but oh man, feels like the temps dropped 10 degrees. But this is pretty cool. Wow, it's amazing. So as we keep making our way back, just want to point out that right there, we're going to be going on the back side of that tomorrow. Well, this is looking promising. We've got a little trickle of some water. We're about halfway to our campsite. It's going to be like this all the way up. So we've been coming from down there, working our way up. We come to this bend, and coming down, it's a left turn, but it's just and this wall is just very cool. And who knows what's around that bend? So fortunately, we were able to find some decent flat ground, soft, but there are some cactus around. The rains, it's been pitter-pattering all afternoon, or all early evening, should I say. This is our view, not too bad. We're at the mouth of the canyon. It's going to take us up to Juno Saddle. That's what we have. Looking forward to tomorrow is going up this canyon right here. Oh, but I'm tired today. Good morning, day 4. And this was our camp last night. It held up really well. It was kind of cool, man. The wind was just howling up and down these canyons, and it was like right over us, and you could hear it down canyon. And you're like, oh, brace yourself, and it rolled right over the top, and you'd hear it as it tailed away up canyon. It was a really cool sensation. Wind gusted quite a bit, but this is what we woke up to this morning. It's spitting on us a little bit of rain. But here's the canyon wall. It's just beautiful. And then we are heading up canyon to Juno Saddle. It's up there somewhere. Today's supposed to be windy. It says gusts of wind up to 73 miles per hour. So gale force winds as we're going over the top of a pass. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Stay tuned. So we're making our way up the dry bed, and boom, right around the corner, Johnnie tells me we got to go up that right there. So that's a good morning to us. That'll get the legs going already. To crest the top. So we popped up over that saddle, and we got to get down in this ravine, and it's just slick wall all the way. So I found these animal tracks, and there's a good, you can see a couple down there, and they're leading down this way. So, well, when you don't know what to do, follow the animal tracks, see where they take you. But we're gonna try and get down in there and then cut across until we can hit the dry riverbed heading up that valley. So here we are moving up valley to Juno Saddle, and we're on that. We're side hilling it, trying to stay up high so we don't drop all the way in. And if our terrain on this side is identical to what you see on the left side there in the sun, we should be okay. And we're just going to side hill it till we catch up to that dry riverbed and keep heading up there. Buddy, what do you think about this wind?
Oh, it's ferocious, man. It's relentless, and it's hard enough to go off trail in the Grand Canyon and watch your step with the cactus and rolling over rocks constantly, but then to add the wind element just knocks you off balance, and you just got to really be careful hiking in this.
We're taking a little break here and just listening to the wind howl up this canyon and watching these clouds just hum right above us. So we thought from where we took a snack break, that it'd be about a mile. We could do that in 40 minutes or so. But this is what happens. You go, and all of a sudden, obstacle. And you gotta figure a way around it. It's some slow going right now. We were hoping those big boulders up there were the top of the saddle. Apparently it's not. The creek, the dry creek bed is no more. And now it's just an obstacle course. Which way would you go? Ay. This is just, I mean, that's what I'm looking at, trying to figure out which way I want to go.
Juno Saddle finally made it.
Sure is pretty.
It's a long way down.
Boy, you know, that was tough. The last mile and a half, 2 miles again up to the top of the saddle, just brutal. Just climbing. Obstacle course. Now we gotta go down that behind us. steep, so our work is not done. Time to regroup until we take on this next section. So apparently we have to hug this wall here before going straight down. And apparently we're going to be down in there. And there's some ruins down here somewhere. That's our next stop, down there. So here we are going down. I'm going to try and make it to that little point right there. That's all you can do is take it one point to the next point. See where it takes you. We just came down from that. We're on a point, and we don't know. Should we go down this chute here?
No.
Which, nah. We don't like the looks of that at all.
No, we want to be over here.
And then, if you look, down there, it looks like, at least down low, it looks like it doesn't get clipped out a couple. And I think if we approach from around this point here, go down below this wall, I think we'll be okay.
Yep. I think that's ground a lot better right here.
Yep, that's pretty steep descent right there. But oh, what a great view.
Dude, it's a little intimidating, but man, it makes you feel alive.
Absolutely, adrenaline's pumping. It's 100% focus. It's
yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what I told Randy. Coming up that drainage on the other side, my heart rate was right about 114, 115. Coming down, I'm at 132 right now. Coming down. What does that tell you?
On the verge of anaerobic. You know, the best thing you can do here is you pick a point, you work your way to that, and then along the way you come across some mountain goes footpath, or even I've seen a couple other human foot. So you follow those, and then you get stuck, and then you assess, and then you choose another point, and you work your way over that, and before you know it, you're making it down this frickin' canyon here. Tiring work though, and very slow. So we found some in section here that we're not schwack packing too bad. At the head of this section though, we schwack packed really hard. Man, it sucked. But now we're actually making some progress going down. You look for a little chute like that right there. And yeah, you get down to that tree, stop, and you go, where to go next? Oh, we're having a nice stroll down the dry riverbed until, yeah, oh, we hit a dead end here.
Ain't going down that.
No, we aren't. So what's the plan, John? What's the plan?
We're gonna go up and over.
Up and over.
That's our plan.
Some more schwack packing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So here's what we did. You know, there's the low part of Saddle, and then one probably goes there, but you gotta go up to here and work your way across, and kind of down, and then across below that wall, and then here you just kind of make your way down. That was a bitch. Yeah, we're working our way through this shit, trying to get down there. Man, tough going. So we just came down from that, tucked back up in there and just down. Just it was steep, it was tough. I've never been so happy to be on what is close as a trail as you're gonna get right now. Is a dry creek bed. And all I can say is hats off to Johnnie for his navigation, man. He plotted it out beautifully on Google Earth. We trusted the signs that we had as far as footprints, animal prints, our own instincts, intuition, and we are now ready to walk this paved path. Oh man. Johnnie wanted to camp here, but I told him if he did, the spirit might attach to him. And you could get a good spirit or a bad spirit. So do you want to take that chance? He decided against it. Okay, here's a better view. Yeah, that saddle up there. Down. Whew. So this is pretty much what our morning has been like. We've been coming down this lava creek, just kind of boulder hopping from one side to the other side, just enjoying this beautiful morning. We are blessed, and the wind is almost non-existent. Last night it was very breezy, a lot of sand in our tents. We're over the wind, over the sand in our tents, but I have a feeling we'll continue to get more. But day 5 is going off with a bang. We've got a lot of miles to kick out today. We'll see how things go. Got another tributary popping in right here. So we should have pretty good flow of water all the way down. So we've been doing a lot of this morning, just rambling right next to this stream, Lava Creek, and just, yeah, enjoying it. Kind of working on the suntan now. Wind has died and it's become very nice out. This is what you look for as you're coming down trying to find a campsite. You know, sandbar up above the creek. Just so many spaces up here. You know, when you don't need a spot, you find them. There's a whole other set down there. But when you need a spot, they're nowhere to be found.
Shucking and jiving, christening and crossing.
Oh man. Another nice sandbar to walk on. So this is where we had lunch today. We're on the lava creek still, and it's flowing, so we're loading up some water. And we're about to leave the lava drainage and head up this dry creek bed to, I think, Kwagunt Canyon. And we're gonna be heading back in there for quite a ways. See how far we can get today. Ideally, we're trying to make it to 60 Mile Canyon, but miles have been slow. Hopefully we'll be able to pick it up with less obstacles along the way. That's our hopes anyway. As you can see, the terrain has changed. We're now working up and over a dry chute, a dry fall. This is our trail. Oh, this is the back bowl we're looking at. Pretty interesting terrain. Look at the geography. It is hot out here right now. Looks like we're about to hit into Kwagunt Canyon here. We're hoping there's some shade in there. It's kind of cool though. Out of the shade into the inferno. This is how bad it is. We're just burning up, and there's this shrub right here. No leaves whatsoever, but it breaks down the sun and it's a lot cooler right here. So we're just kind of hanging out. How you feeling about this cooking that we got going on here, John?
Cooking, getting stabbed now. We were going nicely up the creek bed, nice gravelly, and then I went through some brush and got stuck, and now I'm mad.
He's got a boo-boo. Well, we just got to keep going forward. You know, last few days, I've been out hiking in these dry riverbeds with just rocks everywhere. Your ankles, knees, hips. You're just getting contorted and twisted every way possible, rolling your ankles. And you're like bitching about that, hoping it'll end. And then all of a of a sudden get this dry riverbed like this, no clouds. When you're in the canyon, no wind. Every now and then you get a little wisp of a breeze like we just got, and some of this shade every now and then. You gotta take advantage of it, but this is hard going here. We gotta go way up to that saddle way up there. That's where we're heading. We are now in the obstacle course of this challenge, getting up and over this pass.
That would suck to have to go down.
Well, we got ourselves into a little bit of a predicament. We just kept going higher, and we might want to be lower, but there's dry fall down there. Yeah, this rock is really sharp, so you gotta really be careful. Yep, we're mountain goating it again down the side of this hill, down in that valley there. And then we're gonna start looking for camp. Well, good morning. We got to camp last night, probably 7 o'clock. We were coming down from the saddle, down this chute, or down this canyon, should I say, and looking for a place to camp. And we found a relatively flat spot right here. We were able to go flyless. It was an absolutely gorgeous night. Not a wisp of a breeze. Stars were just lighting up the sky. They were beautiful. Just a very peaceful back bowl here. Oh, what a lovely night. Good sleep. We're both tired. We got a big day ahead of us. So we're gonna try and get out of here early. Just thought I'd give you a little view of where we called home last night. Well, good morning. We got camp all cleaned up. We are heading out. Today we got a venture down here, up this valley to a saddle that'll take us to the next canyon. But that's what's in store for us in this first segment today. I mean, just what a beautiful morning. No breeze, no wind howling. This beautiful canyon in front of us that we have to find our way up. Oh man, what a way to start the morning. Beautiful. So that's the pass we came down. We camped right in there, and we just been working our way up. Next saddle. The wind is now starting to pick up. Fortunately, it's a cool morning, perfect for going up. So we are gonna make our way up to this ridge and follow it to the top, and hoping that we'll be able to just go ridge to ridge till we get to the saddle over there. See if that plan works. So we just popped over that little ridge there, and we're side hilling it. We avoided that canyon right there by coming up the side hill. And that's our saddle. Dropping down into 60. I forget. We're dropping down to another canyon. Buddy.
Excellent climb. I mean, it took us an hour and 20 minutes from camp exactly to get to the saddle. That was on the other side of 60 Mile. There's Awatubi. We're on top of Awatubi Crest. Now that's our next saddle across the way there. That'll drop us into Malgosa. Nice. That's next on the agenda.
So I believe we are on Awatubi Crest. And we're heading our way down, and then we're going to go up this ravine here, or up this saddle, Malgosa Crest, we believe, and pop into the other side. So we're on the saddle, and I think we're now going to head down this side over here, work our way down, and ultimately way back to that, man, it's hard to see, but there's a saddle back there, right there, I believe it is. So we popped down that saddle, traversed over here and then down, and we had lunch down in those trees. Now we've been climbing up, and yeah, that saddle right there is where we're heading. And down the other side is water. Cannot wait. We're up on a little saddle. ready to drop down into this next back bowl. We'll probably take this route right in front of us down to that cliff, and then boom, hang a left down. I think that's our route. And then off in the distance,
Yeah, we made it to the top of
over
Malgosa Creek.
there. So here we are settled in at Kwagunt Canyon. We've got water, and we've decided to, 3 passes was more than enough today. Beat us up. But this is our campsite right near the water. It's been great being able to bathe and clean up. Yeah, feeling much better. Can get a good night's sleep in. We quit about 3:30ish or so, but it took us a while to hunt and find a place to throw up our tents, and there's that water. We'll hopefully have another calm evening and we'll be able to listen to that throughout the night. That would be nice. Good morning from Kwagunt Canyon. That's where we spent last night. It's a beautiful morning. We have a good morning ahead of us. We gotta get up and over this final pass. It's a long one, and then we drop into Nankoweap and hit a trail for once in the last, well, since the start of this, we've been off trail. It's been tough. I'm ready for some good trail, a little easier on the ankles and feet, and get down by the river. See you down the trail. It's just a little bit of a climb up a crack.
Oh yeah.
Only to have to drop down the other side.
Yep.
Yep. Mountain goat mode again. like this is the top of Kwagunt Pass. Kwagunt Saddle, should I say. Oh. Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Those 4 saddles were ass kickers.
Yeah, they were. Good job, brother.
Still smiling though.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. So we just popped over Kwagunt Saddle, and we are now gonna make our way all the way down to the riverbed, take it down towards the Colorado River, Nankoweap Valley.
There's that alive feeling again.
A little bit of an adrenaline pumping through you right there.
A little scaling across some slick rock at a 45-degree angle, get you going.
Glad it was dry and glad those vibram lung soles held. Yeah, he's gonna try and come down this. There you go, right there. Found it, first try, good job.
She's not letting us out easy.
No, she's not. Just look at this obstacle course that we have to get down. It's just brutal.
Contrary to what some people might think, these trekking poles make climbing a whole lot easier. It's amazing. It's like another pair of legs, man. So, this is our final descent down to the riverbed down there. And it's got a nice incline to it, but the ground looks like the kind of ground that'll take your steps as you work your way down. You know, it's been a treat climbing, backpacking with John, because we communicate so well. Each obstacle we talk. He does a great job researching and plotting out the route. But man, obstacles come up, and it's nice to have another opinion to kind of throw out ideas, and forward we go. And thank God, no mishaps yet, and we're on schedule, I guess. We're real close anyway.
Yeah, baby. Scree skiing.
Man, it's nice of the canyon to give us that easy descent.
Yeah, that was great. I like descending on that stuff.
Yeah, that's good. We are back in the bake zone. It's toasty warm in here. No breeze. And this is what we have trail-wise for a while, it looks like.
Awesome walking down this creek.
Just with views like that, towering above you.
So beautiful.
We are back at the Colorado River. And this is what we get to see. Look at that beautiful color of green in the water. Emerald green. If we keep going up, greeneries are up there. We are at the greeneries, working our way up after a very long day. This is like straight up. I'm pooped. You can see a couple windows up at the greeneries up there.
All right, we have made it. But look at the view from up here downriver. Stunning. Stunning, stunning.
Well, here we are on trail. I think this is day 7. Long day yesterday, but at the end of the day, we ran into some river rafters, and they were just so kind and hospitable. Had us over some fish tacos and a little cowboy poetry at the river's edge. So here we are now, just heading downstream. We're going to try and get under Kwagunt Rapids. And then we're gonna put together our pack rafts and do some floating. It's kind of a hot, muggy morning and buggy, but man, good night's sleep and on the downhill side of this trip. Here comes our rafting buddies right here, taking the easy way down. I think they got 6 rafts and 1 kayaker. Kayaker back there. He's a guy about, I think he said he was 47. Dreamed of doing this as a 14-year-old. And now he's doing it. Live your dreams, baby. Live your dreams. Kwagunt Rapids. We're gonna head down below the rapids and down valley we go. So we're getting close to putting in our rafts, but as you can see up in the sky, the front has moved in. It looks like we're gonna get wet. The canyon, she just doesn't make it easy for you. She makes you earn every bit of mileage that you get, but it's cool. Yeah, that is why we didn't throw in our little pack rafts for this section right here. That's a little too much for us, so we'll put it in down there. So we finally made it down to the beach. We're gonna put in and float down to 60 Mile Canyon. We're gonna stage up right here. Wow, what a beach. Perfect spot to do it. All right, so we're getting drizzled on right now. Looks like I've got everything packed up. I gotta put my pack cover over my pack, but everything's inflated. And yeah, we'll see where this takes us. Down there, hopefully safely. Johnnie, you ready for this, bud? We gotta stay to the right side, I think, here for a while.
Sorry, I was putting the last air in there.
Yeah, it's hard to do.
Dude.
Stay to the right side.
We just gotta do it. Stay to the right side.
Yeah, it's flowing pretty good right there.
I think we're good down there, though.
You go first, and I'll get you a little video going.
All right, buddy, here I go.
See you down there in a second. Bye, Johnny.
Come on, buddy.
So here we are, maybe a couple hundred yards
Not even that.
downstream.
Not even 100 yards. We took off right around the corner.
And it just, we got out there and then we got up there somewhere and I'm paddling nonstop and I'm not going forward. The wind's howling and the current back eddy is pulling us back. And John, here's the roar way down there and we throw up the white flag. So I surrender, you win. So we found a little beach. We're repacking up and we're gonna continue down the trail. Failure with the pack rafting on this segment. Maybe the next one will be a little better. I'm tired though. You know, sometimes the universe teaches you a lesson and tries to give you direction, and sometimes you listen, sometimes you don't. Well, that last eddy forced us from proceeding pack rafting, and we're awfully glad that we got out when we did, because here's, you know, not that our rafts couldn't do it, but we just can't control them very well. And just look at the boils and the back eddies, and it's just a lot of effort. And then you got further down class 1 plus rapid, and yeah, we're kind of glad we're on dry trail right now. So thank you to the universe. Hopefully she'll provide, continue to give us direction. Thank you.
Tell you what, I'm done hiking after this hike for a fucking long time. Probably a year or more. That's what happened. See all this?
Looks like blood to me.
The gash on my cheek.
Yep.
The gash on my nail.
Yep. That's the
I don't
Grand
care
Canyon.
about any of that. That's fine. But what I do care about is that this thing will not let me make ground so that I can see my daughter's cheerleading competition on Sunday, and it's really fucking with my brain right now because we've gone a half a mile in a fucking hour.
Yep.
That's why. I'm over it.
This is what you got to deal with in these freaking sandy, beachy, sandy trail pieces of crap. Wear you out. And just wait.
Oh my God.
That's why you got to stop and take a break and unload it all before you load it up again on the next leg.
Do you love it?
I'm a little tired.
Me too.
This canyon's winning right now.
I'm reaching my done point.
I thought we were conquering, and now I'm feeling a little defeated right now.
Same.
you know, that river raft. I was really looking to have a nice easy trip down, and instead it's been a nightmare of off trail, just obstacle course all the way through here. I'm tired of these thorny, prickly things poking and prodding at me. I'm just, yeah, kind of done.
I got nailed.
Yeah, you did. You did. You got the blood to show it.
Yeah.
Well, it's lunchtime. Refuel and get a new attitude.
And hit another as many miles as we can do.
Yeah, that's all we're doing.
Cool.
What were we just saying there, brother?
So it was such a high last night, probably one of the highest moments on the whole trip.
Definitely.
Being with that boating crew and the dinner and just
The day of nice hiking.
yeah, the accomplishments that we just done, and now this is probably the lowest of the trip right now, less than 12 hours later. And I just, this canyon is kicking our asses right now. I've got gashes all over my finger, my face. But like I said earlier, that's not what's pissing me off. I just feel like everything is working against us to keep us from making the mileage so that I can get out of here on time for my daughter.
Yep.
And it's really messing with my brain.
Yep.
And I'm at the lowest, I think, of this trip right now, man.
Yep, well, hopefully some calories and a little pick me up, and
Trying, man.
you know,
Trying to find positive.
if we could get a nice trail to just crank out some miles, that would help us out a lot too.
That would lift the spirits up a little bit.
You know, I'm sitting here, we're watching this beautiful, easy flowing water, and I'm thinking that should be us in there in our pack rafts going down. And we've thought about jumping back in our pack rafts, but 60 Mile Rapids is just around the corner, and then there's a long portage to get around it. So we're gonna wait till we get around it and then attempt to pack raft again.
I'll take this walking all day.
Rock grabbed my pant. Suppose I should pay attention to what I'm doing. We're in the bottom of 60 Mile Canyon, dropping to the Colorado River, where you got that 60 Mile Rapid. Ooh, baby. That's a good looking one. Yeah, we're not floating that. It's easy when it's like this, but man, we've been hiking across the tops of boulders, just beats you up the body. Hopefully we're getting close to where we want to contemplate putting in our pack rafts. It actually looks, John, like it's coming backwards. Oh, let's get to the other side of it. Yeah, we're real glad that we decided not to float that. We don't want to get wet. Wow. So now we gotta climb around these lower ledges. Yeah, till the next ripple that I see further up. So once again, this is what we're doing. Up and around and over, and it's just, we're going quarter mile, half mile at most. At most. We're behind schedule. Just this route has been brutally slow. Every day's been a hard day. Every day there hasn't been an easy one. Just give you a shot of what it takes. Do you see a trail right in front of John?
Nothing.
I don't see a trail.
Nothing. For the last half mile.
Man, arms, legs, and the brain, man, thinking. I'm mentally drained, I'm physically drained. Every day has been mentally and physically draining. Every day. That's why we're in bed at 7:30, just trying to relax, chill out. I guess it's my turn to go. Thoroughly thrashed, exhausted mentally, physically. We're at some drainage here that's half a mile, quarter of a mile from the little Colorado River. So in the morning we just gotta float hopefully to the other side and get out. We found a pretty decent campsite. I mean, that's what I'm gonna be staring at for my vestibule tonight. Not too shabby. Somehow we survived. A few nicks and scrapes and scratches and a little bit of blood, but no broken bones or sprained ankles or anything like that. So far so good, I guess. But man, has it been grueling every day. Immense beauty, so immense highs and immense lows. And I think John said it earlier. Yesterday was a high, man, coming down. What was that where it came down, man?
Nankoweap.
Huh?
Nankoweap.
Nankoweap, with the water and the trees that are coming into bloom. I mean, that was a pleasant stroll through that, and then all of a sudden you get to the greeneries and you get that beautiful view, and then the Rafters inviting us over for fish tacos. What a great day. Tiring day, but a great day. And then this morning it's just had its fair share of suck. The suck factor kicked in this morning. But nothing a good night's sleep and a good dehydrated dinner can't correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. And then we'll be at it again tomorrow. Talk to you later. Good morning. What is this, day 9?
Day 9.
Day 9. We had a very pleasant evening. A little couple drops of rain, that was it. No wind. Very peaceful, slept great. I think there's a 30% chance of rain today, but it doesn't look too bad. We're gonna try and get an early start. We got a big day ahead of us. The float to the little Colorado is gonna start down there. And we only have to go downstream 500 yards, 700 yards, somewhere like that. And then we'll be on the other side, back on the south side, and we'll be hiking the Beemer Trail all the way to Tanner Beach, and then possibly work our way part of the way up Tanner Beach and then out tomorrow. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a good day so far. So here's our last bit of staging up right here. As you can see, flow is pretty calm, it looks. Yeah, this can be a nice easy float. We just have to go all the way down to the beach down there. Yeah, down there. Hey bud, will you give me a little push, man? I'm kind of bottomed out with my big ass.
You want a little push?
I want a little push, buddy. I need a little help this morning. All right, brother. There we go. This one, I'm just gonna let it take me, you know?
Right?
Just let it take
takes
me.
you?
Yeah, wherever it takes me.
Yesterday I would have took you upstream.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been good. I am going a little upstream, but this riffle, this little riffle here looks kind of fun. You see that little ripple? That's just a little ripple. You know, from what my little boating experience tells me is you take what the river gives you. You know, don't force it and just go with the flow. Go with the flow, Johnny. Go with the flow, right?
Go with the flow, baby. I was not going with the flow yesterday.
This is kind of what we were expecting, just a nice meandering flow. No adrenaline rush. Nothing to get you too worried about.
I'm gonna go for this little eddy over here.
Like it.
Make sure to take pictures too. Pictures and video, brother.
Yep. See, Johnny's in an eddy. Going away. He's going upstream. Get to the left side because that's where we're going to get out. The right side takes you to some rapids. We don't want that. Can you hear the rapids up there? Current wants me to go this way apparently. You can see the ripples way over there. You can certainly hear it. Tell me this isn't trippy. I'm floating in the blue water. Oh my gosh.
Yeah! Look at my aim for this dark mud down here. Coming in hot.
Wow. What a treat to have the water blue like this.
First time I've ever seen it like this.
Wow.
Last time I was here, it was chocolate milk. This is awesome. What a treat. What a great ending. See, we needed something like this to lift our spirits up. after yesterday.
Exactly.
This is it, baby.
Look at this water.
Look at me floating down it.
Hey buddy, was that about just the coolest little pack rafting little float there?
That was one of the best, man, coming into this aqua blue water. Unbelievable. I mean, I've never seen it this color, so it's new for me too.
So the white sandy beach, not quite white sandy beach, huh?
You mean white muddy beach?
Yeah,
Quicksand
yeah,
muddy beach?
yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it was fun though.
That was fun. It was a challenge.
Well, we got some miles to make now, don't we?
About 8 or 9 miles to Tanner, and then we'll see how far up the trail we can get to set us up for the out tomorrow.
All right. Yeah,
Hopefully it's not a river to rim day tomorrow.
yeah, I'm
We'll
with
see
you
what
there.
the day brings us.
All right, let's see what we can do.
Let's do it.
All righty. That's where we came from, upstream. This Beemer trail is like a paved road compared to what we're used to. This is so nice. Not having to think about each step, avoiding cactus. I'm mentally drained from the last 5 days, so today's been a breather so far.
Ones that fuck you up. Pulling that too hard and that whole thing comes down.
Could be trouble. Yeah, I took those steps also. This is the kind of stuff that slows you down, but is also enjoyable. It's kind of fun. We enjoy it.
All right, where am I? Okay.
Thankfully, we don't have to go down that. All right, so this is where we had lunch on day 9. We're gonna work our way down river to Tanner Beach. We're thinking we're gonna start heading up Tanner Beach to Lipan Point, somewhere up above Tanner. Not sure where. We're gonna put up camp. As you can see, there's some clouds rolling in. We appreciate the clouds, cool things off. We've been here at this beach, just enjoying listening to that right there. This isn't an easy stroll into Tanner Beach, man. She's making us work for it for sure. But the clouds are coming in. It's starting to get cooler out. Thank you. All right, we completed the loop. We're back at Tanner Beach. We've just refueled and rewatered. We're gonna try and make it up the trail to Lipan Point as far as we can get. We've got a couple spots in mind, the saddle. It'd be nice to get some of this incline out of the way while it's cool out. I think it's a 5,000 foot climb from the river to the rim. So we got a haul ahead of us. We'd like to make it tomorrow an easy out and get home at a reasonable hour. So we're happy that the clouds have moved in. It's cooler. We could get some good colors tonight. I love hiking at this time of night. It's just crisp and energizing. So we need a little bit of that energizing right now. What a beautiful time of day to be hiking. Just spectacular.
This is hard not because it's the trail's hard, it's I can't stop pulling the camera out. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what makes hiking at this time of night so nice. It's cooler.
It's awesome.
You're distracted by the beauty while you're grinding it out.
Yep. I'm not even thinking about walking up this right now. I'm just like in awe of the show that we're getting right now.
Let's get a little higher then, John.
Let's
all right?
do it.
So we finally got up to a saddle, climbed somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 feet. And we're setting up our tents back here. I don't know if you can see behind me. I can't. But yeah, the wind is still finally, we're exhausted. It's 7:30, time for dinner and early to bed, early to rise so we can get our asses out of here. See you in the morning. Good morning, day 10. We are exiting, and I wanted to give a shout out to my Pilates instructor, Karen, for helping me rehab my knees so that I can do these amazing trips. If it wasn't for her and Pilates, I think I would struggle to do these things. So thank you, Karen. I really appreciate it, and happy trails for future events, I hope. So my wife asks me all the time, why do I do this? And I think now that I'm getting older, I do it primarily to see if I can still do it. I love the adventure, the unknown. I love going out a trail, not knowing where it's going to go, and end up seeing just the most beautiful scenery possible. I like that aspect of it. I like the physical challenge of it. It's important to push yourself sometimes, especially as you get older. It keeps me focused. During the off seasons, it keeps me going to the gym because it's hard doing this. You just can't wake up one day and put on a backpack and think you can be out here for 10 days enduring what Mother Nature throws at you. And this trip in particular, you know, the front 2 days and the back 2 days we were on trail, but the 6 middle days were off trail, and man, were they hard. It was some hard off trail. My feet are beat up, my knees, my ankles. It just was tough terrain, but man, magnificent. Being in places you never imagine yourself being. I used the term the other day, it's otherworldly back there. It really is. Had a great time with John. He pulls these trips together, does a phenomenal job. It's great being on trail with him. He's got the routes down, he's got the right attitude, and together we make a good team and kind of problem solving and working our way from point A to point B. And yeah, I'm hoping to be able to do these trips for many more years because they are a blast. What's not going to be a blast is what we have in front of us to get out of here. We got about a 3,000 foot climb. I'm really glad we spent the last 2 hours of the day yesterday coming about a third of the way up this ascent to make this morning a little bit easier. So yeah, this will be it for us. My backyard for the last 10 days will be no more. Until the next trip, out. So we're busy climbing out, and just give you a flavor for what we got to go up. Yeah. There. That's a wall. One of many walls today. Well, steering us is another wall that we have to get up. That's gonna be a doozy. We are maybe a third of the way up that wall to our car in freedom from the canyon. She just won't let us out easily. Yeah, from way down there is where we came from. I'm thoroughly spent. Almost to the top. Final steps before she releases us from the canyon.
Yeah, baby.
Woohoo! Amazing 10 days, Johnny.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told my camera this morning. Was this one of my favorite trips? No, not at all. Was it one of the easier, would I want to do it again? Yeah, I think so. Little tweaks to the itinerary now that I know what I'm doing, but this hike was not fun in many ways, but sometimes that's what you get with a big, long expedition into places that you've never been before. So it's got to be expected, but we muscled through. We gave it everything we got, and we did complete the loop that was intended, and that's all that matters.
Dude, you know, the first 2 days dropping, beach up. Last 2 days getting out, beach up. And those 6 days off trail in between, beach up.
Yeah.
Man, I'm ready to get these shoes off and clothes off.
Yeah.
Get a Baconator going and return to civilization. But man, great trip.
2 Baconators.
Yeah, great trip being with you out on trail, buddy.
Yeah.
Can't wait to do another one.
Yep. I mean, like I said, was it the trip of a lifetime? No. Did I have a lot of fun? Not really. It was a lot of grinding, but there were some major, major highs in this trip and major, major lows. Probably one of the biggest mood swings in terms of what trips can do to you that I've ever experienced on any hike I've done. From, I mean, the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. Incredible.
All right, buddy.
That's really all I got, man.
It's good enough, man. We're
Grand
done.
Canyon 24 in the books.
Out.
Till next time.